What, is PewDiePie just an asshole?
This is a world premiere. This is a world.
My titles tend to be a little on the sensational side, and this video is not necessarily about calling PewDiePie an asshole, but I am going to point out an asshole move that PewDiePie made recently. A lot of people are going to be checking into this video just because you want to hear what I have to say about PewDiePie. But before we get into that, I want to share a little bit of information about why going vegan might be important. First of all, I'm going to say that the animal agriculture industry is responsible for the death of over 56 billion animals every year. Animal agriculture is responsible for at least a third of the greenhouse gases that are being released into the atmosphere that are causing global warming. So PewDiePie is one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. He has like a ridiculous number of subscribers, and who can say how many views? My question is, if PewDiePie is so awesome, why didn't he use any of that awesomeness and privilege and power and money to get someone who works for him to do a little bit of research into why it might actually be beneficial to go vegan? Then he might have been able to share that information with his viewers and say that the idea came to him through this kooky YouTuber named Sorsha Morava. Big old PewDiePie knows it all, has a lot of power, has a lot of influence. Instead of using that to do some research and learn about veganism, uses that to squash the much smaller YouTuber. And that is what I consider the asshole move. We know how Sorsha is. She tends to be sensational. She tends to be aggressive. She tends to sometimes say things that end up making her put her foot in her mouth. For her to go after the biggest YouTuber and try to get that person to go vegan, I say it's kind of commendable. So many vegans came out and said, oh, what Sorsha did is bad for vegans because it makes them look bad. No, what Sorsha did wasn't bad for vegans. What PewDiePie did to Sorsha was bad for vegans. I'm sorry, but fam is fam. And when somebody trashes your fam, you don't go for that. And if we were worth our salt, what we should have done instead of making videos co-signing. If you don't know what co-signing is, it's kind of a polite way to say using male genitalia as a means of transportation. She did what she was supposed to do as a vegan activist. And just because that person didn't go for it, it doesn't make it Sorsha's fault. And what we should have done as a vegan community was stand with Sorsha and say, no, PewDiePie, she's right. If you went vegan, it would have a huge impact on a lot of people. You've got like 20-something million, I don't know. I don't watch PewDiePie. Well, actually, that's a lie. I've watched one PewDiePie video, and it was kind of cool. I'm not saying PewDiePie isn't doing a great thing in the world by providing entertainment for a lot of people. There are a lot of ways for people to entertain themselves, and the world's not going to come crumbling down if PewDiePie stopped making videos about gaming, videos about virtual reality things, and all the kind of fun, cool things that PewDiePie makes videos about. But the world would benefit if somebody like PewDiePie were to come forward and say, hey, veganism might be something worth investigating. It might be something worth checking out. And it certainly might be good for your health. And it's certainly gonna be good for the planet. And it's certainly gonna save a lot of animals. Sorsha, vegan activist, goes after PewDiePie, who's not vegan. PewDiePie, who's not vegan, attacks Sorsha and veganism as a whole. Vegan community, what role should you play in that? That's the question I have. So I'd love to know what you think. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. That's it for this video. Like it if you like it, share, comment, subscribe. This is Reg signing off. Love yourself. Peace.
And I love myself. The world is a ghetto with big guns and dick inside. I love myself.